Over the past 75 years, more than 10,000 chemicals have entered our food supply, but the EU allows just 300 additives. At Thrive Market, we prioritize quality, banning over 1,000 ingredients found in conventional grocery stores. Our Healthy Swap scanner helps you find better versions of your pantry essentials without the junk, dyes, or fillers, and everything is delivered right to your doorstep. So shop at a grocery store that actually cares about your health at thrivemarket.com/get started for 30% off your first order and a free $60 gift.
Hello, everyone. It's your girl, Gabrielle. Welcome to a brand new episode of Hot Topics. Woo! I don't know why I'm excited, but I am excited. All right, so let me tell you what the show is about. If you are new to the shindig, let me tell you. So, Hot Topics is the show where we like to talk that real talk about real things. All right. So, as we are a part of a Step Ahead Tutoring Services, we like to focus on certain topics. So, we like to talk about employment, education, entrepreneurship. We've done topics about homeschooling, self-care, mental health, disabilities. We cover a lot of ground in those arenas. And today is no different. Excuse me. Today is no different. I am looking forward to this conversation because I have a repeat topic. I love it when I bring topics back to the show. It is my guest is brand new to the hot seat, but the topic is a continuation of a thread that I'm working on. I have several threads going on. If you're familiar with the program, you know that I like to repeat topics. So speaking of which, we're bringing a topic back, and that topic is, what am I doing wrong as an entrepreneur? Oh, I forgot the question mark, but that's okay. What am I doing wrong as an entrepreneur? Right? So this is the third installment of that. We're continuing that conversation. So this is a chance for entrepreneurs, whether you are an entrepreneur right now or you want to be one. This is a chance for you to gain some skills, right? As to be better business owners and business people, right? So we are going to continue this discussion. What am I doing wrong as an entrepreneur? That is the topic for today. And my guest today, her name is Jamie Gilleland. She is new to the hot seat. And let me tell you, she is an international speaker, a best-selling author, and sales and marketing automation expert that has been involved in sales, marketing, and technology for decades. She is one of the most successful Keap Partners in the world, garnering honors for sales and retention. All right, so I can't wait. I'm going to bring her to the stage right now.
Woo!
Hi,
I
Jamie.
love this topic. Hey, Gabrielle.
How are you doing?
I am doing amazing. It's a nice, bright, sunny day down here in Georgia today. It was rainy the last couple, so I always love a sunny day.
Yes, it's gotta love a sunny day, especially. It's starting to get cold up here in New York, so anytime it's a sunny day and anytime it's warm, it's great. All right, so let's get right into it. What are we doing wrong as entrepreneurs? So, you are pretty big on automation.
I
So
am.
I would love for you to talk about that. Can you uh,
Well,
get started on that?
sure, absolutely. So, to tie in the topic, what am I doing wrong as an entrepreneur? I find a lot of times most of us start a side gig or start the business as expecting that what we did in the corporate world, what we did in the real world before we started the business, that we just have to do that over again and we'll be fine. And we don't think about the fact that in the corporate world, we had so many other people that were doing supporting roles to our genius of whatever it is we were doing. So I find so many entrepreneurs end up stuck and working 70, 80, 100-hour weeks, 7 days a week, because they're trying to fill in all the pieces, the admin, the social media, all the pieces that somebody else was doing, the marketing. And really, they just want to do their thing, whatever their thing is, if that makes sense. So, and I've seen this over and over again. I personally, when we started a company back in, 2003, I started a real estate company with a partner. And we built all the systems and put systems in place and ended up franchising the company. So we literally wrote the book on how to run the business. But in 2007, I was diagnosed with a massive brain tumor. I was told I had 6 months to live or 20% chance of surviving the operation. Luckily, I did. I'm still here today. But what happened during the 6 months while I was taking care of my health, the business failed because we didn't have the systems in place to replace me. So, and I see it over and over again, entrepreneurs who, when they have to step away from the business, either the revenue goes down or the income, the business fails because they don't have pieces in place to be able to step away from their business. So I love, Gabrielle, to focus on building your business around your life, not your life around your business, if that makes sense.
Yes, that absolutely does. And I admit I'm one of those entrepreneurs that is doing everything.
Mm-hmm.
I'm wearing multiple hats. I'm the treasurer, I'm the president, I'm the social media manager. I'm one of those people that like to do everything, right? I would
Yeah.
say maybe in the past like 3 years or so, I've started outsourcing more, uh, in terms of hired help. But
Yeah.
I still find myself doing a lot.
Well,
So
so many times, so many times when we start to think about outsourcing, we think about the amount of time it takes us to tell them what to do, to teach them, to train them. And in the back of our minds, we're going, it'll take me 3 hours to train them. It'll take me 10 minutes to do it. I'll just frickin' do it. And it happens over and over.
yeah, I find, and that's true. And then the fact it with outsourcing or even just hiring somebody, there's always the thing about expenses, right? You always have the,
Yeah,
maybe not expense, but the financial cost to it, right?
sure.
Because you have to pay that person to do that job, as opposed to, I'd rather just save $1 and do it myself. So there's also the financial aspect of that, of doing the work
Absolutely.
yourself. And there's I could see pros and cons to that. Yeah, you're saving money, but at what cost to your mental health, and what cost
Sure.
to your peace of mind.
Well, and the other thing I like to relate specifically on the financial side, one of my mentors years ago told me the first person I should hire was a housekeeper. And I said, how's that going to help my business? And she said, think about how much time you spend cleaning your house every week and how much you pay for the housekeeper, less than $10, $15 an hour versus the fee you would be paid at 125 or $200 an hour, whatever your rate is. at 4 hours, it would cost you $60 for them, and it would cost you upwards of $800 that you're losing because you're not spending that time in your zone of genius. So
Yeah.
I hired housekeepers. that was the first one. I was happy to get rid of that one.
Yeah,
But
and then go ahead, sorry.
I was going to say and that's one thing I love about automation, because if I can create a repetitive task that I can have the system know when this happens, then do this, that it just happens automatically. I'm not paying even the $10 an hour that I would pay a VA to do it. I'm paying one fee for the software per month. And it does over and over 24/7, 365, and doesn't take off because the kids are sick or they're going to a soccer game.
That's true, and again, it's it might be something I need to work on, but it's one of my fears as being an entrepreneur, because of doing everything. It's like I could, drop dead tomorrow and everything would just shut down. And especially if I have people who depend on me now, I could see people, like I have tutors complaining, where's my money? Where's my money? And parents are complaining, like, where are you? I haven't heard from you. How do you just disappear like that? And, unbeknownst to them, like I dropped dead, so, it's one of my fears.
Or decided to take a vacation and take off for 2 weeks. Or I have a friend who spends every summer in traveling. She literally takes 3 months off in the summer, like a teacher, if you would. But she's an entrepreneur and she has her business set up so that the automation happens, the things still happen while she's traveling all over Europe.
So let's that's awesome. Let's get into that. What is automation? Define it for us.
Sure. So automation is creating a system that says when a person submits this form, then send this email, and then wait 2 days and send another email, and wait 3 days and send a text. And so you tell it and create a task for somebody to do something. So you're telling the system, this is what this process should look like from start to finish. And this is when it happens, and this is what gets sent, or how it gets sent, or who gets told what's going on. So it's creating an automatic response to a trigger, whatever that trigger is. It could be a landing page. It could be a certain period of time that somebody's been a customer. It could be a purchase of something. It could be just a follow-up. Hey, I'm still out here because, when you're building your client list and your mailing list, so many people build the list, but they never mail anything to them. So when you don't mail in a certain period of time, people don't know who you are. What was it, when I was in high school, my boyfriend went on vacation and sent me a postcard that said, absence makes the heart grow fonder. That's not the case in marketing. You got to be in front of them, and they have to see who you are and how you can help. Just because they weren't ready to work with you when they signed up doesn't mean no, not never. It means no, not now. So not at the moment, but there'll be a moment in time when they know they need you, and having that automatic system that follows up with them every week, they go, hey, I really need a tutor for my kids. I need to call Gabrielle.
Yeah. Definitely getting in front of people. I mean, I guess not to the point where you're annoying, where it's like every single day, Unless is that a good thing?
Well, it depends on the business and who your clientele are. I have some coaches that I work with who are big names who send 6 times a day. It's a lot of content, but they send 6 times a day. I have others, once a week is the norm, and I wouldn't go less than once a week. But in following up once a week, it's just that weekly touch of, hey, I'm still here. And what I like to send in these automated messages, I like to send whether it's case studies or customer stories, because they're going to see themselves in what your customers or your clients have gone through, and say, I need that. That's me. I need exactly what this person had. How can you help me do the same thing?
Yeah. So what are some examples of automation? What are some things that people do to automate the process?
Sure. So one of the fun ones that I like to do, well, I have a couple of fun ones. So with the automation, when somebody purchases something and the system is automatically sending the course or sending the product or whatever the case may be.
Over the past 75 years, more than 10,000 chemicals have entered our food supply, but the EU allows just 300 additives. At Thrive Market, we prioritize quality, banning over 1,000 ingredients found in conventional grocery stores. Our Healthy Swap scanner helps you find better versions of your pantry essentials without the junk, dyes, or fillers, and everything is delivered right to your doorstep. So shop at a grocery store that actually cares about your health at thrivemarket.com/get started for 30% off your first order and a free $60 gift.
I want to let my clients know that they just made a sale. So their phone pops up and says, you've got money. And it says what it's coming in. So it's kind of fun to have the little ding, you've got, instead of you've got mail, you've got money popping up when things happen. So that's a fun one we set up quite often. The another one, think about when you go to a networking event, a chamber event, a BNI, meetup, whatever, live. We are doing real live networking events again, which is fun, right?
Yeah.
Normally you collect business cards, and the business cards get put in your pocket or your wallet or your briefcase. And then you get back to the house or back to the office and you're putting those in and you're trying to remember and you're writing notes on them to see what you need to do. With automation, I have an app that you can literally scan the business card and hand the business card back to them, click a button that says apply a tag that says met at the chamber event, and have an email and a text and a link to your calendar go out to that person right away that says, hey, let's catch up and get coffee. So it's automatically done. You literally took a picture of their business card, pressed a button, and went on about meeting the next person instead of having to go back and manually do all of those pieces.
Mm.
Isn't that fun?
So, yeah. So let me, just so I understand. So if someone gives you a business card and you want to save that information, you would scan the card with an app on your phone, and that app will pull that information. And what would it do with it?
And then it says, here's Gabrielle's contact information. And I click a button that says I met her at the chamber event. And when I click that button, the automation built in behind that says, hey, Gabrielle, it's so nice that we met at the chamber. I'd love to get a chance to get to know you better. Here's my calendar. Let's book a time. And they book the time on your calendar. You don't have to go back and play phone tag. Hey, what about this? Oh, no, sorry, that's not available anymore. How about this? That calendar phone tag thing we play.
Oh, okay. So the app will pull the email address. Let's say if there is an email address on the card, it'll take that and send an automatic email.
Right. And send a text to the phone number that says, hey, I just sent you an email with my calendar link.
Oh, that's pretty cool. So then what
And
if
then they're standing there across from you and they're like, how'd you do that? So you look really professional.
Oh, okay. So then what about the ones that like, I mean, there's likely to be an email or a phone number, I guess. I'm just thinking like,
Yeah,
what about
most
the ones
business cards
that,
have.
yeah, I'm like, what about the ones that don't have an email or don't have a phone number?
Then what I do is I may scan it, get the partial details, and then hand it to them and say, do you mind filling in the phone number and email so I can send you my calendar link? And I just hand them my phone and let them finish filling it out. I hit the tag and they get the same thing.
Oh, okay. So is that your app or is that like,
That's the Keap app, which is the automation software I work with.
oh, okay. That's pretty cool.
Isn't that
So
cool?
what about that was what about that was easier for you as a, as opposed to just um getting that, like just asking for that information? What is it about the app that makes things easier for you?
So I don't have to transcribe the business card or type it into my piece. So that takes a couple of minutes. I don't have to remember to send the email and follow up with them. And by the way, you can set it up so that it sends that immediate email. And then if an appointment is not scheduled within a certain period of time, it sends a follow up email. So the system can be chasing the leads for me while I'm talking to the people that have actually booked calls or scheduled time with me. Same when we talk about funnels. We talk about digital funnels, right? On our websites, we give away a free gift. We get them to give us their email address. And then a lot of times I see people just deliver. So the success page, the thank you page is the download button. Well, you can't guarantee that they've given you a valid email address with that. So when I build funnels, I always make sure that I deliver it by email. So if they give me a wonky email address, they're not getting my IP. I call it an ethical bribe, right? You give me your email address, I give you my intellectual property that I'm sending.
Yeah.
So with the automation, we can do that follow up. And then we have, maybe we want to sell what we call a tripwire, a low price product. If they haven't bought the product, we send them a couple of emails that say, why didn't you buy? Why didn't you buy? Why didn't you buy?
Mm-hmm.
Nicer words than that, but that's the effect of what the emails say. If they did buy, I don't want to send them an email that annoys them and says, why didn't you buy? Because they're like, I did buy. Why are you sending this to me? So the system is smart enough to know if they bought, then it goes on to the next set of messages, which might be, hey, why don't you book a free coaching call with me? Or why don't you book a free call so we can explore what the possibilities are, what your goals and challenges are, and what the possibilities are to create a plan of action for success. Something like that. So that can all be automated.
Wonderful, wonderful. I would even add like simple things like a sign up form, right?
Yep.
That's what I have on my website. I used to be able to I used to just ask people like tell me what's going on, and give me your name, your address, your phone number, and I write it down. And then I guess one day I just had a thought like, it'll be great if they just put all this information in so I don't have to
Exactly.
ask. And I also have some social anxiety. So, but the form helps. So even something as simple as a sign up form, a sign up sheet. So now I just, make clients do that when they're interested in tutoring services. Yeah, I
Sure.
still have the conversation, but I usually just say, oh, like fill out this intake form, fill this out for me
Yeah.
before I do anything else. And I have everything there. So address, phone number, email,
all the details.
all the details.
Now we can even go a step further, so that as part of that, maybe you have, which are you more interested in, tutoring, a private tutor, or group classes, right?
Yeah, I have that
And
on my form too, because I have
good,
multiple services. Like
excellent.
which services are you looking for?
So depending upon which one they check, we can have emails go out or follow-up go out that says, hey, we're so glad you're interested in the private tutoring. Here's what our options are. Here's what this is. So it's kind of, I don't know if you remember, if I'm showing my age, the old choose your own adventure books. If you want the princess to get married, go to page 20. If you want the princess to say, go away, go to page 40, right?
Yeah, I think I
Same.
remember those.
We can do the same kind of thing. So based on what answers they choose, we can create automation that is focused on that particular answer versus generic, hey, I've got this service and this service and this service and this service. And by the time they read all of it, they're so confused, they don't make any decisions. Versus giving them very focused, here's what you want, here's what we've got, here's how we move forward.
Yeah. So I don't know if I'm that robust. I think it's just like a simple form, but
Sure.
that can be something for me to work on.
Absolutely.
And another thing that I use, which I really should follow up more on, but like my email lists, because I use, I guess I'll name drop. I use Square, and I like Square because it has like multiple it's like multiple services in one, and so I send invoices out, through Square, and though, and then that information I get, it connects to like an email list, and then I email people
You
from
can send
there.
a
Yeah,
blast. Yeah.
so it's
Yeah,
actually
most definitely.
that's
So, and
definitely
that's a
gonna help
form
me
of
out.
automation. Yeah, that's a form of automation. So the stuff that I usually work with lets you go a little farther on that, a little more advanced and a little more, like I said, the choose your own adventure kind of thing. So it's a little more robust when it comes to that, but still simple and easy to use. Now, the other thing, and there's a ton of simple stuff that you can find. As a matter of fact, my gift to everyone is what I call the activity tracker. And it's a little spreadsheet that, there you go. It's a little spreadsheet that I have my clients mark down every 15 minutes. Set a timer on your watch, on your phone, that goes off, and every 15 minutes I have them write down what they did for the last 15 minutes. Sent this email, did this, did that, took out the trash, whatever it is they did, right? And then at the end of the day, I have them go through and say, all right, so this posting social media would be whose role would it be? It would be a social media manager. This would be a VA. This would be a salesperson. This would be the accountant. This would be the janitor. So they can start to see what the roles are. And if we go back to the outsourcing we were talking about earlier, that starts to identify what things can we outsource and whose role am I doing most that I need to outsource quickly. So it helps with that. I also have several other things. Is it revenue generating activity? Is it fulfillment activity? Is it basic admin, accounting, those kinds of things? When people use the tracker, they start to identify things that could be outsourced, but also could be automated. The responding and sending the same email that they copy and paste and send over and over and over again can be automated so that it just happens, and they're not paying somebody outsourcing to do it, and they're not having to train anybody because it just happens. right? And it creates a consistent process across your customers in the process as well. So most of my clients, when they do that, they find anywhere from 4 to 10 hours of busy work that they're doing that can be automated immediately and save them time and either give them time to take Fridays off and go play tennis or have a spa day or whatever it is they want to do, or have more time to close more sales or focus on whatever, paint more, whatever their genius is that they're doing. They have more time to do it because the busy work is now handled. Does that make sense?
Yes, that does. Thank you so much for that. All right. So okay, let's continue with this. Or even just as it's coming to me, just just using some sort of like software or program that collects that information for you. So even something like payroll, right? Using a system that'll do it for you, right? So so using a payroll system that collects employee information, or especially if you get something that like they will. I'll think of it this way. So let me think about what I'm trying to say. Okay, so with payroll, when you have employees, right, you could just take the information yourself, or you can let the system do it for you, right? So
exactly.
Yeah. So especially if you
something like Gusto, where they put their time in, you approve it, and it goes out and pays and sends the letter and does the whatever, the pay stub and all of that, so they see all their data.
Yeah, or even again with Square, with the name dropping. Yeah, like with Square, there's especially if you're adding new employees, you could just send a link to them and say fill it out yourself.
Complete this form. Yep.
Yeah, so just with any kind of payroll system, like you don't have to take that information yourself. You could just, especially if the system can generate that information for you.
Absolutely. Anywhere we can save time and combine efforts that gives us time to be more at our genius, which is where you're making your money. You're not making your money doing the admin. You're not making money sending emails. You're not making money filing, right? Or filling out forms, or even doing payroll. You're making money when you're working one-on-one or as a group or creating for your clients. If you're not doing that, you're on a downward spiral. I used to, so many of us as entrepreneurs have what I call the revenue roller coaster. We sell for a month, then we fulfill, and our revenue goes down. And then we sell, and then we fulfill. So it's hard as a solopreneur to scale so that you constantly have increasing revenue or a steady revenue, rather than this roller coaster of up and down and up and down, because you have to sell and then you have to fulfill. So automation can help create those ongoing relationships and build the trust. For, if we go back to the funnel, for instance, somebody comes in, they see, they buy your low price product, but they're not ready to buy your higher price product. They get those emails on a regular weekly basis, and all of a sudden one day they're like, okay, I'm ready, I need it, and they click the button. So now, instead of having to build all that time and trust with them personally, I've done that digitally. They think it's personal because it's emails and texts, but it's systematized. So the system is doing it while I'm handling the people I need to handle. And then up pops this sale. Okay, here's a new sale. So it makes life so much easier.
Yes, it does. I will admit that. Yes, it does. All right. Let's give one more example of automation. I'll let you do it this time. What's another simple thing that someone can do?
I work with a lot of speakers, authors, and coaches. So somebody is booking an event, whether it's a webinar or a live event, having people register for the event is the first task that has to happen. So we do that with a form or an automated, just click the button and you're registered. From the registration, then for instance, we want to know, did they show up? If you're doing a webinar, did they show up for my webinar? And if they showed up, did they stay the whole time? And if they stayed the whole time, did they purchase whatever I was selling or promote, or sign up for whatever I was selling or promoting? Or did they not yet? So if they came and they stayed and they did not purchase, I want to send one set of emails out that give them some incentive to buy. If they purchased, if they did all of that and they purchased, maybe they get a bonus because they were one of the first 5. So they get an extra bonus that they get with it. So with automation, we can sort through those. Now, what if they didn't show up? I want to send a different email that says, hey, here's the replay of the webinar. And oh, by the way, here's the special promotion we're offering so that I can sell to those folks too. Now, to manually do that with a VA, even if you're bringing somebody in from the Philippines and paying $3-4 an hour, you're still going to take 4 or 5 hours of time creating and following up and tracking in Zoom whether they attended, how long they stayed, copying and pasting, and then did they remember to send the same letter 3 days later to remind them, hey, you haven't watched the replay yet? We build that in automation, and you literally set it and forget it. It just happens.
Interesting. Awesome. All right. I think we could start to wind things down now, keeping an eye on the time. I have a note here about Keap. Keap is software.
Yeah, Keap is the software that I recommend that we use, and it's basically an all-in-one software. You can build funnels, you can track all of your notes and conversations that you have with people. We can do all the email marketing, we can do the invoicing. You have the calendar links, you have a pipeline so you can track where people are and what stages they are. So it's a great software, the app with the ability to do the checking, the networking that we talked about earlier is all in there. And thank you for the link. So if you are interested in it, I am one of, as my bio said, I happen to be one of the top partners. So I get a really deep discount for my clients. So this gives you some better pricing than you can get anywhere else. And anybody that does this from your show, I will give a 4-hour class that I normally charge $500 for. I'll give that to you for free to get you all set up and be ready to automate anything you want to automate after that.
Wait, so how can they take advantage of that? Is that a promo code? How would you know?
Just by using that keapnow.com/Jamie. That's the order form for it. And when they order the software, I'll get a notice from Keap and I will send you a note letting you know about my next play date, which is the 4-hour class. We call it a play date because we like to have fun.
All right, there you go. All right. So you know what? Let's, since we're in the promo stage, I think we could just jump to the promo. All right. Unless, let's make sure we do this. Is there any final words that you'd like to impart on our audience?
I think I said them earlier. Build your business around your life, not your life around your business.
There we go. Beautiful. All right. Now we could do the promo. All right. So you guys, Oh, you can find Jamie Gilleland. She is all over the web, you guys. So you could check her out online. Her website is www.misyte.com. You could also check her out on Facebook. She has a personal page and a business page. The business is Keep It Simple Strategies. It's or KISS for short. I love
Yes.
that. I think it's called a backronym. I love that backronym. Yeah. She's also on Instagram and LinkedIn and YouTube and Twitter, right? So she is all over that social media, you guys. That information is at the bottom of your screen right now for my video people. And I got to remember my audio people. And if you're listening to this on audio, all this information is in the description. So I encourage you to go to all of her social media accounts and follow her on all of her social media accounts. If you are interested in her services, you want to learn more about how she can help you as an entrepreneur automate your business so that there's less pressure off of, no, more pressure off of you. Did I say that right?
Take the pressure off of you.
Take
Exactly.
the pressure off of you. Again, the website www.misyte.com.
And
again,
it's a strange one.
And I'm going to reiterate the activity tracker that Jamie talked about earlier. The website is on the screen, tracker.keepitsimplestrategies.info. So remind us again about the activity tracker.
Sure. The activity tracker is that spreadsheet that lets you track what you're doing, whose role it is, whether it's revenue generating, and helps you to start to build your org chart if you want to outsource or to automate those things that are busy work that you don't need to be doing all the time.
All right, fabulous. And we're going to just reiterate the Keap software. So if you want to get that software and take advantage of that promo, that special gift that she mentioned, go to keapnow.com/Jamie and just remind us again, what is Keap?
Keap is the all-in-one sales and marketing automation software that I love and all of my clients love.
Automation software. And that's online, right? Or is it like
a machine? It is. Nope, it's software as a service. So you can use it from any computer anywhere. You just log in, or tablet or phone or any of those.
All right, there you go. All right, so take advantage of that. And what's the gift you were talking about?
Sure. So not only do you get a discount, a deep discount, normally it's like $300 a month, and my rate gets you $129 a month, and you get 30% off for 5 months or 50% off for 3 months. I forget what the actual, it's the same discount. It's just whether it's spread one or the other. And then my 4-hour class called a play date. And by the way, if you want to reach out to me on any of the social media and say, hey, I saw you on Gabrielle's show on the Hot Topics, that I will make sure that you get that 4-hour class.
Fabulous. So you get a 4-hour class. Just reach out to Jamie and say, hey, I saw you on that Hot Topic show. There you go. You get so it's a free 4-hour class?
A free 4-hour class that I normally charge $500 for. So.
All right. Look at that. A free 4-hour class. That is a $500 value, you guys, that you would get for free. So all you would do is go to that website, keapnow.com/Jamie for the Keap software, or just reach out to Jamie on her multiple social media accounts and let her know that you heard about her from Hot Topics. So there you go.
And for those, and yeah, I'm sorry, Gabrielle, I apologize. For those who are on audio, Keap It Simple Strategies is KEEP, but the Keap software is KEAP. So KEAPnow.com/Jamie.
Oh, yes. Oh my God. Yes. So KEAP now.com. Let's make sure we get that spelling But don't, if you guys missed it, again, this information will be in the description. So, however you're listening to this episode, this information is at your fingertips. All right, Jamie, thank you so much for joining me today. This was awesome.
Thank you, Gabrielle. This was a fun conversation. I love talking about automation. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
You're welcome. All right, I will place you backstage now. And it is you and me, guys. All right, so you guys, we have reached the conclusion of our episode. Thank you so much for joining me today. Please let me know what you thought about this episode by leaving a comment in the comment section or in the comment thread. So whether you're watching this for my video people, whether you're watching this on YouTube or Twitter or what's the other one? Or Facebook, let us know what you thought about this episode. Leave a comment in the comment section or the comment thread. It helps our algorithm. Please take the work off of us and promote us by leaving comments in the comment section below. So please let us know your feedback on this episode. And for those of you listening to this on audio, drop us a rating, right? Whether you're listening to this on Spotify or Apple Podcasts or Google Podcasts, and there's like a bazillion others, drop us a rating. Let us know what you thought about us, and please share. And as a reminder, again, Hot Topics is a production of A Step Ahead Tutoring Services. So if you are looking for a tutor, whether that's for your child or even for yourself, because we also work with adults, please reach out to us. Our website is www.astepaheadtutoringservices.com. You could also email us, success@astepaheadtutoringservices.com. You could also find us on our many social media platforms. We're on Facebook. I did say Facebook. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and there's a couple others that's not coming to me. But we are on many social media platforms. So please check us out on social media and follow us as well. And finally, I want to let you guys know that Hot Topics has a text list. I encourage you to sign up for that text list. You will know anything and everything that is about Hot Topics. You will know about all the live episodes coming up. You'll learn when the audio episodes get released. I encourage you to sign up for our text list. All you have to do is text the code Hot Topics to 917-764-3975. Again, just text the code Hot Topics to 917-764-3975. All right, you guys, thank you so much for joining me today. I look forward to seeing you or experiencing you. I look forward to you being at the next episode. Thank you guys again. And now I am signing off. Bye.